Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Let me take a look at the markets here real quickly, because last night I talked a little bit about the market was off a little bit last night. I believe it was in the teens, and now EOS is back up at 530, almost 540. So anyway, you want to watch these short-term dips in the market, because a lot of times it's people selling that are getting ready to buy back fairly quickly. So if it drops down a little bit and you sell because you're fearful of it going back to do $2, then you've just given up some ground, and then somebody else is able to buy it back for a better price. So please, I think most people are hodlers, but when you see those short-term dips like that, don't fall for it. It's usually just a play by somebody that has a lot of EOS, or maybe an exchange that's taking advantage of the fact that they can sell into the market, drive it down a little bit, and then buy back as it pops back up. So, and I believe that's what's going on, or what has happened yesterday. So, so another good reason to hold your own EOS on your own wallet and not keep it on an exchange. So we have a little bit more of a fair market, and that's a really good idea, and I encourage everybody to do that. So anyway, what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about EOS being probably the greatest FOMO project of all time. What I mean by FOMO is fear of missing out. So as with EOS, there's so much intangible, so many things going on, so many things possible, that I think a lot of people don't want to sell because they're going to fear of missing out on something. I mean, it's actually, EOS is talking about working with governments. They're talking about working with banks. They're talking about working with major industry. They're talking about working with countries. All these activities bring in the idea that perhaps this could be one of the greatest projects ever built, and who wants to miss out on that? So there's two things people are always thinking in their mind. One is fear, and the second is fear of missing out. And I believe that the fear of missing out is greater than the fear. People will accept more fear. They'll overcome the fear to keep from missing out. And that's what I think is going on with EOS. And that's why I think EOS is the greatest FOMO project of all time. So I just want to read this real quickly, because I like this. EOS is becoming the new crypto gold standard. Actually, a video by my good friend, the EOS apologist. So and I'll just read right here. As time marches on, it's becoming increasingly more difficult to ignore the EOS blockchain as it continues to rise on to new heights, accomplishing new goals and setting new records. It's clear that EOS blockchain is beginning to dominate the crypto industry in many important areas of operation. In this video, I intend to explain why the EOS blockchain is fast becoming the new crypto gold standard. And so, in many customary fashions, when going into a topic like this, I believe it's important to break it down. And it's most importantly the key components. So I'll be focusing on three components for this video. I'll put a link to this video if you want to watch it. I've watched it. It's a really good video. And obviously there's the EOS apologist puts out some good stuff. So, and I appreciate his videos. So anyway, the fear of missing out is a great fear. And I think EOS could be the biggest FOMO project of all time, especially in the crypto area, because it's the one crypto that fulfills all the ideals that crypto was originally intended to be, which is unlimited transactions, which is the ability to be completely to be completely decentralized. And it's becoming more decentralized. I mean, now you have the block producers being more independent from block one by coming up with their new agreement. That's decentralized. That's why I said that when these block producers came up with the agreement, they actually, I'm sure block one was very happy with that, because that's more decentralization, and it shows that the block one's not in control of the actual block producers. They're doing their own thing. I mean, they're saying, hey, we're no longer going to go by this constitution. We're going to come up with our own agreement. So anyway, there's a lot of decentralization going on here. I know that's probably one of the issues people have with EOS, but this new agreement shows that there's decentralization between block one and the actual block producers. So fear of missing out is a big fear. I think very few people want to miss out, and especially on something like EOS, even if it's for a few tokens. And I think that fear is going to keep a lot of people interested and keep a lot of people involved as the price goes up, especially coming into June. where we have some indicators of what's going to happen, but we don't have specific indicators, but we have ideas that big things are happening. So the fear of missing out on that is a huge factor in keeping price much higher. So anyway, EOS, the greatest FOMO project of all time. I appreciate you listening. Thank you very much.